You can hear the elevated train, I believe it would be, or some type of train in the distance. We are in Atlanta, Georgia, right downtown, gang. And we're at a very old cemetery called Oakland. A lot of historic stuff here. And a lot of people. This looks like a destination. But we're here to see a guy named Jasper. Jasper Newton. Jasper Newton Smith. Strange story. Linda Hilbert, thanks for giving us the heads up to come here. He's right up here. And it's a curious story. We'll say the curious story of Jasper Newton Smith. And there he is, sitting atop his mausoleum for eternity. Right there. With his top hat. Let's go take a look and I'll tell you the story. It's a little short story about this man. A man of the antebellum era. Let's take a look first at the... I didn't walk up here. I don't think anything's open yet. It's a big old iron door, but you can see a modern lock, which means people are going in. Wonder if we can get permission sometime and come back here and see Jasper. But let's see here. Let's look around. Look at some of the vaults. Here's an interesting one. Oh, I know you guys are going to say, oh, but there's this, there's that. There's a million things to look at here. I know. We will be back. But I'm just passing through to do a quickie here. Just getting our feet wet. So yeah, let's... Oh, here's another interesting tomb. Look at that. So yeah, Linda Hilbert, nice job. This is really interesting. So I'll tell you a little bit about this guy. Let's see if we can get another shot of him. He was known as, in his lifetime, Atlanta's quaintest character, they say. And he got rich from bricks. He's the guy that made the bricks. And he made them by the hundreds and hundreds. And he used enslaved black convicts, prisoners, which were actually sold to Atlanta as the city rebuilt itself after the Civil War. So that's post-antebellum. And he lived until 1918, and long before that, he had this mausoleum built way before he died, and he used to come here. he had that thing made of himself, and he would come here, I guess, and even one, he'd marvel at his own mausoleum. So there he sits with his, you could see if you look at his face, when I look at his face, it's like, what am I doing here? Yeah, it's interesting though, he's staring directly at the gates as we walked in. So he's probably watching over everybody that comes in, but there he sits with he's bald with his brushy mustache, his wrinkled suit, his top hat, and they say he did sit up there, or he did check it out, but he climbed up once to, I guess there was a vine and it had grown around his neck. And he felt like he had to go up there and get that vine taken off. So very interesting story. Very curious story, I would say, but anyway, we're going to head from here to another cemetery to look. I guess we'll call this we'll call it our curiosity episode. Well, there's another curious grave we're going to look at to the north of Atlanta, and we'll pick it up when I get there. Okay, we are at the Duluth Church Cemetery in Duluth, Georgia, and I found the grave of a couple of small girls from the 1800s that are most curious. I saw from pictures on Find a Grave, and I had thought that these were Fisk type coffins, and no, it is not this grave. It is this. right here, surprise. Look at that. Aren't those interesting? And like I said, when I saw the picture, I really wanted to come here because they looked like mini Fisk coffins. But after inspecting this, it looks to me like this is just an ornamental cover, but wow, it's beautiful. We'll get some close-ups here. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? There are two, and they are identical. And let's look at the engravings. Well, they're not engravings. It looks like it's wrought iron cast. Has to be cast. And it's like a medallion. Cora Lillian, no last name, died September 18th, 1872. And this one is little Phoebe. Died October 14th, 1874, little Phoebe. Wow, two young children. No way to know how old they are. We did some checking, and maybe we can, as a community, we can do some more checking and try to figure it out. But you can see here, it's pretty much hollow, and as I look in there, of course, there's no cavity. I mean, there's somewhat of a cavity, but it is, I think it's just a cover. Okay, we did bring the flashlight. Let's have a quick look. And yeah, you can tell it's just earth in there. We'll have a look on this side. Yep, just as I thought. What's neat is, you know, in certain areas you'd find this and people would steal and vandalize. And as I look around here, it's all condos and houses. And there's a church here, of course, and basically City Hall. That's City Hall right here for Duluth. So I'm sure this all gets watched over pretty closely. But it's remarkable. Just different. Look at that. Let's look at the profile. Isn't that something? From the 1800s. And it's all here. So, two little girls here resting in peace, definitely. All right, that's going to do it for our little curious graves. And from here, we're going to keep it going. Not sure where I'm going, but the trip continues. All right, rest in peace.